ask. Hope the meeting would be recorded. It's actually recorded. It's actually recorded. It's currently being recorded. All right. Okay, so awesome. We have more people joining already. So how has the first week been, guys? I'd like to hear what the experience has been like. From excitement to whatever challenges you encountered. I'd like to hear everything. So how's it been? Working on projects on Amdari platform, how has it been using the platform itself and the quality of the projects that we have on there as well? How was the experience like? I'd like to read your reaction.
So if we can get a few people to talk, that would be good.
Okay, all right. So who'd like to speak? Let me go with Casimir. He already typed. So hi, then I'll come back to Olainka. Hello, Casimir. Good afternoon. Good evening. Why do I keep saying good afternoon? Good evening. Are you able to unmute? Tomiwa, you might want to unmute him. All right.
All right. Good evening. Thank you so
Good
much.
evening.
Yeah. I must be honest. The Amdari platform is the first of its kind. That have what it takes for one to progress in that ecosystem. I completed my program during December, but this 1 week, I must be honest, what I learned so far, I was not exposed to that extent during my learning period. So there are many ways to manipulate data which we are not exposed to. But this recorded videos, they are quite granular. And I must be honest, before the 21 days, I would have been better off than I was before. Even though it's tedious, it's not easy at all. But another project I just decided to take a data analytic program project today, and then I discovered that the instructor, as she's demonstrating where to click and do some of the things, most times it's not visible. Most time, this a particular project I'm working on right now, most times it's not visible. So you'll be trying to struggle to navigate to get to what she did. So that is just a small challenge I've I encountered today. So that's all for now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that feedback, Casimir. Okay, I'd like to take someone else. Olainka, can you unmute?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good morning.
Good evening.
From wherever you are. I would like to first appreciate Amdari for coming up with this platform. It's quite exciting and engaging. Well, the part I've actually that would say is tough for me was when I started the first project. I observed that probably maybe some of the videos were being pre-recorded quite sometimes, and the software that's being used has been updated. So when I'm trying out some of the code, I found out that it's no longer on. I mean, the code has been different. I mean, there's a little bit different to the codes due to the updates that has been made on some of the softwares. For instance, like the Jupyter Notebook, I worked on one of the projects, the distribution network analysis capacity planning for electric vehicle. And it got to a part when I trying to plot the geospatial map, and I was finding it difficult to do because I think it's no longer this some part of the software has been updated, so that geospatial wasn't on the Jupyter notebook. So it's made me to actually find a way to navigate. I have to come up with my own solution to that, and it's quite exciting to do. And also, there are some other projects I've attempted, and I could see that the way the instructor actually followed it, uh, there is a bit different from the way I do it because due to software updates. That's what I observed. It was quite interesting to attend the project. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Olainka, for that feedback. I see more people typing, but I'd like to take Mercy. Let's hear a female speak. Hello, Mercy. Good afternoon, good evening, good
Good
morning.
evening. Good evening,
Right.
Mommy. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Okay, I just want to appreciate Amdari. That's all. Um, I want to say a big thank you to Amdari team. A very big thank you because for me, I see Amdari as a place of peace, an extensive experience. I usually say to myself, I want to thank the team for putting this platform up. After my course, I actually didn't know what to do. I didn't know what next to go, how to get projects. You get some project and you actually don't know how to go about the objectives. But when I found Amdari, wow, I was satisfied within me. I was like, oh, this is actually what I was looking for. And for the challenge that's been going on, it's a challenge and it's been challenging and it has pushed me to be the best I can. For the past 1 week, it's been sleepless nights trying to, get everything. I'm just trying my best to make sure I might not win, but I'm happy. I want to say thank you to Amdari. Thank you to everybody for all your efforts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you. All right. I would have really loved to hear another female, but we have Apple Pie, we have Ibrahim. I don't know if Apple Pie is female or male, but hello, Apple Pie. Can we hear you? Yeah, I'll come to you, Ibrahim. Don't worry.
Hello, good evening. Good
Oh,
evening,
hi.
everyone.
Good evening.
My name is actually Baje, so this is the email, and it's kind of confusing. So I just want to appreciate Dari for this platform. Initially, when I work on data projects, I just go to Cargo to scout for data set and try to work on it on my own. But this was like having a mentor. That's how Amdari is to me, having someone that's putting me through, and it made it really easy for me to go about it. I'm working on my fourth project now, and I kind of encountered a challenge with the geo with this the guy Olainka has worked on the project too. I think the problem I'm encountering now is what he has encountered. So I think I'm just going to message him to find out how he went about it and then see how he can help up. Thank you so much, Amdari.
Thank you, Apple Pie. All right. Hi, Ibrahim. That's the last person raising his hand. So let's take Ibrahim and then I'll briefly read through the comments. All right. Yeah, go ahead, please.
All right. Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good
I
evening.
want to thank Amdari for the opportunity. I think sometime last year, that was in December, I think it was in December that Amdari was introduced. So this form was shared with us where I put in my email, and I think sometime also within the month of June, I got an email saying we are the first to take note of we are the first. We should quickly sign up for the Amdari site. And unfortunately, I couldn't do anything within the period because of my activities. But really, I just want to say this week has been one interesting week. It's been one that has been challenging. I've been working on some documents on my on a particular topic I want to do a publication on, and this challenge is ongoing. But I tend to find peace anytime I sit down to do the projects. They are seamless, and it's been something that has been wonderful. I am really short of words. If you see what I wrote, I don't really know how to appreciate the platform, but really, it's been a great platform, and well done to the Amdari team. Kudos to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. That's actually a very great feedback. So I'll quickly read what we have from a couple of people. Okay, so I might miss your message. I'm sorry, but I just have to quickly read through what I see here. All right, so someone said, Lolade says a very structured and supportive platform. Thank you, Lolade. Mercy says it's been exciting yet challenging. David said, I fall in love with my project. It was very passionate. Okay. Uluwatosi says, the platform is more well structured, the content of projects is well detailed, and there is always something new to learn working on the projects. Amazing. Okay. Okay, read AI notes. Stephanie, I guess. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think these are AI assistants on the call. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I mean, the feedback have been amazing, right? We'll still have a couple of other things to discuss on this call, but let's get right into the employability session. And as you all know, Ifemena Ipro is our co-founder, and he's here on the call. He's a data expert, like a professional in that field and an expert in his space. So he's going to be walking you through what you have to do in order to have that strong. Sorry, guys, my light just dimmed out. So in order to have that very strong portfolio for your, sorry, in order to have that very strong CV that can help you land the job, it's not enough to work on projects. Is your CV structured to position you right to get that job that you need? So he'll be giving you all of the details, the highlights, the tips and tricks that you have to do. Pretty much cheat sheets. Okay, so it will be great for you to pay attention, listen in, and take notes if you need to do that. Sorry about my lighting. I'm going to sort that right now. All right, over to you, sir.
All right, fantastic. You guys are talking about when you're talking about your experience so far on the challenge and the feedback, essentially, I think those are the things that we need to see how we can make the platform a lot better. Okay, so I'm totally excited that you guys are having a wonderful time on the platform, and there are quite a number of things that we need to talk about and how to. I think is surprised. I'm not sure why is the surprise or shocked. I'm not sure. Okay, all right. So we're going to go ahead with the session. Me, please, you can stop sharing so I can share my screen. All right. So the session today is going to be centered around your CV. Okay. Today's session is going to be centered around your CV. Now, your CV is you. Okay. Your CV is you, the way you are. Okay. The CV is you, but in a digital format. Okay. Now, take for example, you're going on a date. Okay, you've never seen this person before on a blind date before. All right, and you're going to meet this person. First impression matters. That's the key. That's the key word that people say every time. First impression matters. Okay. So do you know what I would do? I think someone is here spamming the chat, so I'll probably have to work on that real quick. Okay. Sorry about this. All right. Sorry, just want to take out somebody. Okay. All right. So thanks a lot, guys. Just wanted to take. I think the person is there to just distract everybody on the call. All right. So your CV is you in digital format. Okay. And I was talking about the fact that if you're going on a date for the first time on a blind date, you've never met this person before. First impression matters a lot. Okay. So you see, you try your best to look as good and as presentable as possible. So if you're a guy, you probably go to get your hair cut, you get your beard trimmed, you get the nicest shirt, the nicest trousers, the nicest shoes, and so on and so forth. Okay. So and if you, that's you trying to make a very good impression. It's the same thing with recruitment. Okay. And being on both sides of the table. So I've been an applicant, applying for jobs. And I've also been in the position whereby I get to review people's CV and also select people based on their CV. So I'm coming to tell you today that I'm going to be sharing some tips, some tricks that would help you a lot, okay? That would help you significantly. Applying for remote jobs, applying for jobs within your geographical location. I'm going to be sharing so many tips, and I want you guys to listen to the session today because you're going to take a lot out of the session. So all I need from you today is to get a piece of paper and a pen and jot things down so you can take things out of the session, okay? So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So just going to go ahead to share my screen and we can get the session started. All right. So today's session is going to be centered around CV review and revamp. So it's not just a review. We're not just going to review your CV and say, oh, put this, add this, take this out. It's literally going to be a review session, and we're also going to be revamping your CV. All right. There are so many things, especially coming from Nigeria. I'm Nigerian, so we have a lot of people coming from across Africa currently on the call. Okay. So coming from Nigeria, there's so many things on my CV before I relocated that I never felt it was redundant or was putting me at a disadvantage. Your CV it's a summary, okay? Not necessarily a summary, but a highlight. I would use the word highlight of your key achievements in your career, okay? And not necessarily an in-depth explanation of the type of person that you are, okay? And I will explain this, during the session. So we're going to be talking about CV review. So what are the things that you should have on your CV? What are the things that you shouldn't have on your CV? All that will be explained in today's session. Now, the revamp aspect, okay, is tailored to the guys that are coming from a non-technical background. Like for myself, I studied economics in university. And the first job I got was in management consulting, which had nothing to do with tech. Okay, so currently you're a customer service representative. Currently you're a teller. Currently you're working in construction. Currently you're working in warehouse. So you're doing nothing that has to do with tech. Okay, but now you are looking to transition into the tech space. Now, how do you make that your experience before that was not? Is it possible to remove all the AI, all this AI stuff that are coming and they are kind of distracting the whole chat? Okay, so how do you revamp your non-technical experience into technical experience? So you're working in customer service, okay? So all you do is receive calls from customers, you answer the call, you basically get feedback from customers, or you help customers with issues and all that. How do you translate those experience into analytical experience or data science experience or data engineering experience? How do you do that? Okay, you see a lot of people say that, oh, I don't have experience. That's the reason why I've not been able to get a job. Okay, how do you revamp your CV to get it tailored to the roles that you want to apply for or the roles that you intend to get? Okay, so before we jump into the session, I want to know the career paths you guys are looking to getting into. So are you looking to get into data analytics, DA? Put it in the chat. Data analytics, data science, data engineering. So those are the key areas that we're focusing on at the moment. So if you're looking to get into these areas, I want to know what areas, okay, you're interested in at the moment. So we have data analytics. We have quite a number of data analytics. Health data analysts. Look at Raki, sorry. So data analytics, I've seen one data science, one data engineer, okay? Data analytics, data analytics, data analytics, data science. Okay, quite a number of data analytics, data science is skewed towards data analytics to a very large extent. Okay, so we have business analysts here also, data analytics and business analysis. All right, fantastic. It doesn't really matter. We'll still talk more about that. Okay. So now, how do you tailor your past experience into the role that you're going into? Those are the things that we're going to talk about. So now, a lot of people have gotten rejections. Okay, a huge chunk of people have gotten rejections, and people have not been able to transition because of one single thing: their CV. So a lot of people want to know, where can I get remote jobs? How can I apply to remote jobs? Where can I get a job after I finish a training program? The number one thing you need to know today is, if your CV is not great, you can't get a call. Nobody will reach out to you. Okay? And that's why I talk about the fact that your CV is like you in physical form. So if you don't look attractive, if you don't smell good, if you don't look good, you won't get people coming after you. You won't get a lot of people approaching you. Okay? So it works in that same manner. Okay? It works in the same manner. So your CV has to look good, has to look peng. Okay, I don't know what the Gen Z word has to have some steez. Let me use some Gen Z talents. Okay, some Gen Z words. Okay, so steez, it has to have that steez that when they see it, the next thing the recruiter or the employer is looking at is, I need to speak to this person. Okay, I need to speak to this person. Like the person would have sleepless nights. Okay, in order for them to reach out to you. So even if it's late in the night, they'll leave you a message. So when you wake up first in the morning, that's the first thing they see. So, you need to have that effect. Your CV needs to have that effect. And how do you get that CV? That's exactly what we're talking about today. So if you're excited, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up if you're excited about today's session. All right? Give me a thumbs up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Fantastic. I love that. Okay. So we're going to be going ahead with the session for today. Okay. And the first question I would like to ask you today is, how many seconds do you think it takes a recruiter to scan a CV? Just put it in the chat. All right. How many seconds do you think the recruiter has to scan your CV? So Rakia said 6 seconds. Edwin says 10 seconds. So I think majority of you are 3 seconds more than that. The person is likely not going to read anything much in 3 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, but it's still very, very good. A very good guess. We have 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 5 microseconds. I don't understand that. Maybe the person is an AI. All right. Using ATS software is 5 seconds. Okay, 0. Okay, they use ATS. Also, we'll talk about ATS. For the people that have never heard of ATS, we'll talk about ATS today. All right, very fantastic question. Very, very, very spot on question. Answers, I would say. Okay, now, on average, it takes a recruiter 6 to 7 seconds to scan your CV, to look at your CV. It takes them 6 to 7 seconds. Okay, so even if after 8 years has identified keywords and you have been selected, okay, the HR person or the recruiter will still have to scan your CV to take a look at your CV. Is this person what's calling? What organization has the person worked in? What's the experience like? How does it tailor to the job? So on and so forth. They usually will still scan the CV before they reach out to you. Now, the scanning process takes between 6 to 7 seconds. 6 to 7 seconds, not a minute, not 2 minutes. Now, in that 6 to 7 seconds, now the quick question, the reason why I'm building on this is so that you know exactly where your chances lie. CV review is not a baby's work. Okay. Now, it takes them 6 to 7 seconds on average. Okay, some recruiters will probably go above or below that, but it's usually between 6 to 7 seconds. Okay, now in 6 to 7 seconds, what do you think this recruiter is looking at? 6 to 7 seconds. 6 to 7 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are they looking at? Key things they're looking at, they're humans, okay? So the first thing they'll get to look at, first of all, is the structure of your CV, and they're looking for keywords, okay? They're looking for certain keywords. So take, for example, if I am recruiting for a role, a data analytics role, okay? I'll be looking for, and I know for that particular role, I need someone that has Power BI skills or Tableau. Okay, the first thing I will look at is where can I see Power BI on the CV? Okay, if I've seen Power BI in your skill set, where have you used Power BI? Okay, what kind of projects have you worked on? Those are the things I would look at in that 67 seconds. Okay, and you'll see exactly how the CV is structured, so you'll know exactly why these 67 seconds is something you need to put at the back of your mind when creating your CV. So you want to make it easy. You want to make it easy for the person to spot the things that they are looking at within the seconds. You want to make it easy for them. Don't make it hard for them. A lot of people will have this mindset, and I had this mindset before, okay? That when the person reads my CV, they will see I can do the job. When the recruiter reads my CV. So I felt like I had this notion that this person had 5 minutes to spare to look at my CV, or a few minutes to spare to look at my CV, okay? So, if now that you know that it's 67 seconds, nobody's sitting down to read your CV extensively, word for word, okay? Have it at the back of your mind. So when you're preparing your CV, ensure that it communicates what it needs to communicate within 6 to 7 seconds. And that's exactly what we are going to do in today's session, okay? So one thing you need to know is the CV on the left and the CV on the right are two entirely different CVs, okay? So you see this guy, the one on the left, Olivia Wilson, okay, digital marketer. Please don't design your CV in this manner. Please don't, and I'll repeat it over and over again. Don't prepare your CV in that manner. So you see the one with the X mark, okay, that's Olivia Wilson. Don't prepare. Don't say that, oh, I want to design my CV and I want to make it look good. I want to make it look fantastic. I want to make it look, sophisticated. That kind of thing. So you want to add images, you want to add big fonts, you want to make it look like a graphics designer kind of CV. No, it's not important. Design is not important when preparing your CV. So you see a lot of people asking, I get a lot of DMs on LinkedIn and so on, and they're asking questions and, where can I get CV templates, blah, 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 and so on, okay? And this is majority of the time, this is how their CV looks like. First of all, this CV is not ATS compliant. It's not ATS compliant. We'll talk a little bit about ATS in a few minutes, okay? So it's not compliant, okay? Now, this is what your CV should look like, what we call the minimalistic design. Minimalistic design. So as minimal as possible, as minimal design as possible. So you see the structure there, easy to see, easy to read, easy to communicate, as quick and as fast as possible. Okay, as quick and as fast as possible. Now, this is the CV we're going to be using for today's session. Okay, and I can see a lot of people asking, where can we get the templates already? You'll get the template for the CV so you can prepare your own CV. You'll get access to the recording, and you would also get access to the CV templates that you can revamp to make it your own. All right. All right, so moving on to the next. So one thing, you see, there are key points I'm drawing across to you. Number one is just have it at the back of your mind. Your CV is not, the recruiter does not have 5 minutes or 2 minutes to read your CV in-depthly to understand what is on your CV, what your experience is. They don't have that time. It's 6 to 7 seconds. Now, that 6 to 7 seconds, what are they reading? What are they seeing? That's the reason why you're using a minimalistic design. A very minimal design to get you started, for them to easily to read, easily to spot the key skills that you have, and so on. Okay, so this is the template that we're going to be using for today's session. Okay, so now the CV is broken out into 5 critical parts. 5 critical parts, and everything plays an essential aspect in you landing the dream job that you're looking out to get. Okay, 5 key parts. Number 1 is professional summary. Your professional summary must be brilliant, okay? And I'll tell you some things that people put in your professional summary that you shouldn't put. We'll discuss that. Number 2 is core skills. Number 3 is technical skills. Now, your core and technical skills are very important because you are not applying for a admin role, okay? You're not applying for an admin role or a role that is, majority of the roles that you got to be applying for are technical roles, data analyst, systems analyst, data engineer, data scientist, data, business intelligence, and so on. These are core technical roles that need technical skills. Okay, so the core skills and technical skills are very important when building your CV. And the next part is professional experience. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have experience. Oh, I've never worked before as a data analyst. I've never worked before as a data scientist. How do I build this experience? How do I have professionalism in my CV if I've never done these things before? Calm down, don't worry, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm not gatekeeping any information in today's session. Literally, we're going to be having fun and we're going to be talking about this, okay, extensively. Okay, now the part where Amdari now fits in is relevant projects and internship. Relevant projects and internship. So before we even get there, I would like to share my own experience. Okay, so I started working as a business. The first role I started, transitioning from my consulting role to my first tech job. Okay, which is business. It was a business intelligence role. Okay, now I was in business intelligence for like about 6 months. Okay, but I wanted to go into data science. I wanted to work within the data science ecosystem. I wanted to do machine learning. I wanted to do computer vision and so on. Okay, so in order for me to do this, what did I do? I started working on projects around the core area I wanted to work. Okay, so what I wanted to work in was computer vision. So for the guys that don't know what computer vision is, I don't think I will spend too much time on that. It's basically giving your camera the ability to see. Okay, so the way you see a table and you know it is a table, how can you get a camera to see a table and also identify the table as a table? So take, for example, your mobile phone. When you take up your phone and your face unlocks your phone, that's computer vision. So how does a phone recognize your face? How does a phone recognize your face and recognizes another person's face and says that this is not your face, so I'm not going to unlock the phone. So, but whenever your phone sees your face, it unlocks your phone. That's computer vision. Your phone, giving your phone the ability, your camera ability to identify objects. So I wanted to do stuff around that. Obviously, it's exciting, it's revolutionary. Okay, so I wanted to do projects around that so that I could get a job within the space, and it worked for me. Okay, so I started working on projects, personal projects. It wasn't even structured. Okay, it wasn't on Amdari. It wasn't structured. So anything I found interested, I just tried to build it. So it wasn't very, very fantastic, but I was, trying my best on hands-on projects and all that. And eventually, I posted on LinkedIn several times. And eventually, one company, a startup in the UK. Then I was working in Ireland, reached out, and I got to work on the project for about another 6 months on a computer vision project. And that was the way it worked. So we'll talk more about relevant projects and internship and how and why it should be on your CV. Okay, I'll talk more about that. So these are the 5 critical parts, okay, that you need on your CV. 5 critical parts. It's not more than this. Okay, 5. Okay, keep it simple. 5, 6 to 7 seconds. They see it, they know what they're looking at, they know what they see, they know how to read, they know how to scan. It's easy for them. Make it easy. Okay. Now let's jump straight into it. Now the top line aspect of your CV, all right. The top line aspect of your CV is your name. Okay, so you see, obviously you need to change the details to your own details. Okay, that's what aspects that you need to do. Change details here to your details. Okay. Now, city and country is sufficient. You don't need to put your full address. Okay, some people will put number 17, Kowaleru bus stop, Yanopaja, Southwest local government. You put all those things. It's not necessary in your CV. Okay, it's not necessary. All that full-on address on your CV, it's absolutely not necessary. Okay, so you see just the city and the country. So if you're in Lagos, it's Lagos, Nigeria. If you are in Manchester, the UK, it is Manchester, United Kingdom. If you are in Scotland, okay, you put your location and all that you need to put that. If you're in Canada, I'm in Alberta, Canada, or I'm in Calgary, Canada, or I'm in Toronto, Canada, so on and so forth. Even in the US, the same thing. Just the location. And the city and the country is sufficient enough, not the full address, not your full home address. Okay. Now, the next step is your phone number, okay, so that they can reach out to you 100%. And also email address. Okay, email address. So a lot of people would use very funky email address. Your email address has to be your first name, your last name, no more than that. Either your first name at yahoo.com. Just keep it professional, okay? Keep it professional. You see, some people would have, kbillions@gmail.com. It's not professional, okay? So ensure you keep your email professional. First name, last name at yahoo.com. Okay, last name, first name at yahoo.com. Anyhow you want to structure it, it's basically keep it professional. Ensure your name is on your email address. So when they are reading your CV and they see K Billions or some other funky or Gen Z kind of email, it's like I don't know, it's not just professional. So all I would say is keep it very professional. So this person's CV, the name of this person is Damilola Fobesi. Okay, do you guys know what meaning of Fobesi is? So Damilola Fobesi CV is what we're going to be reviewing, and that's what you'll be using. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. That's the first aspect, which, like I said, keep it simple. No need add soup. Exactly. Damilola Fobesi is what we're saying. Fobesi means add soup in English. Okay. So now let's go into the first critical aspect of your CV. This is the first part. This is the first thing they would likely scan through. Okay. First thing they will scan through. And for this our session today, we're going to be using ChatGPT to make it easy for you. Okay. We now live in a world whereby constructing English sometimes can be very challenging. Okay, it's not just you, even me sometimes sitting down to type out things can be very frustrating. I think maybe it's a dent or a generation, but I don't know. I'm not too sure. We'll see in the future. We'll see how it pans out in the future. But basically, AI has not come to play. Okay, and we need to leverage it as much as possible to get the best results possible. Okay, so we're going to be using ChatGPT for today's session. Okay, so ChatGPT. I'm just going to bring that up real quick. So if you've never used ChatGPT, I would say you should go and create your own ChatGPT account. It's free of charge. Okay. So I'm going to be using ChatGPT. Okay, and I would also make the CV come up here. So this is the CV we're going to be using. So I'm going to be sharing them at the same time. Please give me a thumbs up if you can see both screen at the moment. If you can see both screen at the moment. Okay, fantastic. So I have my CV on one side and I have ChatGPT on the other side. Okay, so I have both on both sides of the screen. And I'll essentially be showing you what you need to do to get that CV that you need. All right. So going back to the slide, we're going to be talking about professional summary. So like I said, your professional summary should bang. Okay, should bang in the sense that when they read it, I mean, they will want to look at it more. Okay, that's the first thing they'll likely take a look at. All right. So your professional summary should bang. Like it should be top notch. Okay, so you can see, let's just read this a little bit and let's see if this bangs or not. Okay, so I am an accomplished data analyst with more than 8 years of hands-on experience in extracting, transforming, analyzing, visualizing, automating, and disseminating crucial business data and insight. My expertise in data analytics and science has encompassed diverse industries, including supply chain and logistics, medical technology, educational technology, marketing, financial technology, and so on and so forth. Throughout my career, I have meticulously constructed comprehensive data pipeline, so on and so forth. Basically, this is the person experience. Okay, so how do you design these for yourself? How do you make this your own? How do you make this your own? That's a key question. But that's exactly where ChatGPT comes in, okay? And that's what we're going to be using in today's session. So I'm going to just remove this. Sorry, give me a second. All right, so I won't be able to copy it, but you would, when you get the slide, you'll be able to copy. So I'm going to zoom this a bit, take out this one, okay? All right, so this is the prompt we are going to use to create our own professional summary. This is the prompt we are going to give ChatGPT to create our own professional summary, something that is tailored to you, that speaks about you, your own technical prowess. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. That's what we need to do now. Okay, so you don't have this. You currently don't have this. How do you get your own? That's exactly what I want to show you. So You see, let me read this for you so you see exactly what we're saying. You are a CV expert. So you're telling ChatGPT that ChatGPT is a CV expert. Okay? You are a CV expert. I need you to convert the professional summary below into that of a, if you have 2 years of experience, put 2 years. If you have 5 years of experience, put 5 years. If you have 10 years of experience, put 10 years. Okay? So professional summary below into that of a 3 years experienced cybersecurity analyst that has worked across education, banking, and logistics. Now let's take a look at that real quick. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, Control C. All you need to do to create your own is copy this prompt. Okay, once you copy the prompt, go to ChatGPT and paste the prompt in there. Okay, paste the prompt. So now, reading it again, you are a CV expert, and I need you to convert the professional summary below into that of a, let's say, how many years experience? Let's leave it at 3 years. Let's leave it at 3 years experience. So, but you can always increase it or reduce it based on your own personal years of experience. All right. So into experience, I would say data analyst. Okay, that has worked across education. So currently, if you're a teacher, your current education, your current sector, your current industry is education. So if you're currently a teacher, you're not doing data analytics, you're not doing anything close to data analytics. Okay? Your current education, you're currently a teacher. So your education is your industry is education. All right. Let's say you have also worked in customer service in the bank. Okay, that current sector also is banking. Also, your past experience, you've also worked in a warehouse. Okay, you worked in the warehouse maybe, or you worked as a bag delivery driver where you were delivering parcels. You're delivering parcels here and there. Okay, so that's the key areas, those key industries. So as long as you've worked somewhere before, okay, it doesn't have to be anything related to data analytics or the roles that you're applying to. So if you're working in mechanic, if you're a mechanic before, you would say that has worked across automobile industry. Okay, so you're working in automobile. I mean that you're a mechanic, you're repairing vehicles, you're in the automobile industry. Okay, if you were working in what else in say as a tailor, okay, you're working in the fashion industry, fashion, all that. Do you understand? So I'm telling you this based on what you should put there. Okay, this is you. You don't have any experience. How do you create this experience? That's what we are walking around. Okay, so you're a CV expert. I'm telling ChatGPT, and I need you to convert the professional summary below into that of a 3 years experience data analyst that has worked across education, if I was a teacher, banking, if I was even in customer service, I was a teller, it's banking, okay? Logistics, if you're a delivery driver, or you were working in the warehouse, it really doesn't matter. Please just put the industries that you sort of have experience in, okay? Now, you see here, copy and paste the professional summary. Copy and paste the professional summary. So I'll delete all this. I'll delete all this, okay? All right. And I'll come here to the file, the CV format I'm going to send to you. All right. Copy it. Just come to the professional summary here, copy, Control C to copy, and paste it inside the quotation mark. Paste it there. So you see, at the earlier stage, I said you are a CV expert and I need you to convert the professional summary below. So this is the below professional summary. Okay, so once you give this to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will create something for you based on your years of experience, the role that you're interested in, and the sectors you have worked in. Okay, you don't have to have worked as a data analyst in those roles. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. So if you're a teacher, you did nothing data analytics, it's still education. If you were a customer service or a retail bank, or you're a salesperson in the bank, it's still banking. Okay, if you worked as a warehouse delivery, you worked out as a delivery person, it's still logistics. Okay, so it doesn't matter what industry you worked in, put it there. It's going to generate something for you. So once I give it to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will decide to read the professional summary and adjust it to the prompt that you give it. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. So you see, I am a dedicated data analyst with 3 years of experience. Okay, I am a dedicated data analyst with 3 years of experience in the field of education, banking, and logistics. My career has been marked by a strong ability to extract, transform, analyze, and visualize and disseminate essential business data insights. I have successfully designed and implemented data pipeline reports, blah, blah, blah. Throughout my journey, I have demonstrated analytical prowess and a proactive approach to problem solving. I am committed to delivering high quality solutions, so on and so forth. So now we have converted this professional summary into that of a data analyst. A data analyst with 3 years of experience that has worked in these particular sectors. Okay, that's the first part. That is the first professional summary. Okay, so let me just, I'm going to save as. Okay, so I would have an updated CV once I'm done with this. Okay, save a copy, and I'm just going to save it as, okay, what would I say? Test CV. Okay. So that's a professional summary, okay? That's a professional summary. So once that's given me this, all I need to do is copy it, I'll copy this, and I'll paste it where I have it here, okay? So all you need to do is copy and paste. I may not be able to do everything, copy and paste everything, but essentially this is exactly what is expected from you, okay? Sorry. Okay. Basically what's expected from you. Give me a second. I don't know what that is. Okay, so trauma experience, there should be a space there. Okay, so basically I've converted this experience into that of a data analyst that has 3 years of experience. Okay, so that's me building. I've started building my CV now. Okay, so the next thing you're going to be looking at is the technical and technical skills. Core and technical skills. So you see, every job post that you go to, if you are trying to apply for a job at the moment, okay, so any job post you go to would have the core skills and technical skills. I'm just going to open the job board, okay, and let's see. So I'm just going to go to any job board, okay. Okay, so let's say what popular one is there? Indeed. Okay, all right. So Indeed, I'm going to look for a data analyst job. Data analyst. So every job role has a bunch of, this is a data analyst position. Just give me a second, review the CV. So they'll literally tell you majority of the things that they are looking for. So you see, proficiency in Google Analytics, okay, Google Tag Manager, proficiency using Microsoft Excel, understanding how to manipulate data using functions, knowledge of Google marketing products, experience with behavioral analysis tools, understanding web design, so on and so forth, experience with Salesforce, and so on. So you see the technical skills to succeed in this role has been provided already. The skills that they need, not the ones that you have. So the ones that you need to be successful in this role, they provided it for you. And that's the same thing that you find in any other job role you find yourself. Every other job role would have skills embedded in there. Okay, so any role, let's take a look at this particular one. Okay, so you see everything is there for you to tell you that the skills that they need. So every role would have that skills, either core skills or technical skills. Okay, so for you guys that are looking to get it started, the next thing you need to do is, use ChatGPT again, like I said. What are the core skills? What are the key core competencies and technological stack I need in cybersecurity, for example? But we're going to be changing it to that of a data analyst because we are preparing a data analyst CV. Okay, so I'm going to copy this again and I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So we have designed our professional summary. The next step is the core and technical skill. Now, we're going to allow ChatGPT to do majority of the work because obviously AI is doing a great job already. So what are the key core competencies and technological stack I need in data analytics? You're creating a data analytics CV. So in data analytics, all right, in data analytics, based on this professional summary above. So I'm referencing professional summary as a detailed already for me. So I'm telling it now that What are the key competencies and technological stack I need in data analytics based on professional summary above? Ensure to separate core data analytics competencies, okay? Data analytics competencies from data analytics. I'll put data analytics. I'm tailoring it to the role of a data analyst, okay? So if you're a data science, please use data science, okay? So it will be data science competencies and data science technological stack, okay? So I'm going to press enter, okay? And allow it to move ahead to give me the skills I need to put in there. So now this will list it out for me, the core skills and competencies that I need to succeed, that should be on my CV. Okay, so to give me based on professional software, because I know how to extract, I know how to analyze, I know how to visualize, it to give me all the competencies and key skills that I need to succeed in this role. So this is the fastest way for you to build your CV. Okay, so rather than you doing it yourself, you can leverage AI to do the same thing for you. All right, so you see the core competencies in data analytics: data extraction and transformation, data analysis, data visualization, business intelligence. So you see it's the core skills there. All right, data that. So if I'm going to prepare my own CV, it will have data analysis, it will have data visualization, it will have business intelligence, problem solving, continuous learning. All these things are there for you, okay, for you to populate your own CV, okay, to make it your own. All right. Now, technological stack, what are you looking for? You're looking at data extraction tools. SQL has to be on your CV. Python has to be on your CV. Okay. Data analysis tools. Python also is still there. Data visualization, R, Tableau, Matplotlib, Seaboard, and so on. Database manager, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL. You see, that's the technological stack that you need. So Excel to Power BI to Tableau to Python. Majority of them are there already, so you might need not to do much. Okay, so it's basically telling you what are the things that you need to put on your CV. So you see, we've covered 2 parts out of the 5 parts that should be on your CV. We've covered 2 parts that is critical to being on your CV. So like I said, it takes them 6 to 7 seconds to review your CV, and they are always looking for keywords. So if I'm currently recruiting for a data analyst that knows how to use Tableau, please ensure you keep it very simple. You see, I'm just going to use data, if I'm applying for the role of a data analyst, for example, so I would ensure that that data analyst is on my CV, written several times on my CV. So when the person looks at my CV, they clearly see data analyst, they see my years of experience, they see the industries I've worked in, they see the tools, the competencies, they see it immediately. So that's why you see a professional summary. The next thing you're looking at is the core skills, the technical skills. The next thing you're looking at is experience. Do you have that experience for you to get the job? And that's exactly what we are going to be looking at. If you're having a nice time so far, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, if you're having a good time, please put a 1 in the chat. All right. If you're having a good time, type a 1 in the chat. Number one. Let's go. Fantastic. I love this. All right. So you see, that's essentially the case. That's the case. So we've done professional summary. We've done the core and technical skills. The next thing is professional summary. Professional experience. Professional experience. Now, I'm going to do 2 types of people. Now, the first type of people are people that are currently working, but it might not be tech. There's nothing tech related. So you're currently working in customer service. You've been in customer service for the last 10 years. You've been working as a teacher for the last 5 years. You've been doing this already. That's what you do. Okay, so you have some kind of experience. It's just that it is not data inclined. It's nothing data inclined. Okay, so in fact, even your school, it's typewriter they're still using. Okay, or they're still using Abacus. But now you have learned data analytics and you're trying to see how can I use data analytics in my experience? How can I revamp my experience? We're going to look at those people. And we have other people that don't have any professional experience. I've been doing buying and selling all my life. I've been a chef. I used to cook. If it's to tell you the type of food I can cook, I can do that. I will have a very good CV. But obviously, you're not applying for a job of a chef. Okay, you're applying for a job of a data analyst or a data scientist. How do I tailor? That's my sort of business, okay, into data analytics. Okay, how do I do that? That's exactly what we're going to be looking at. So I know most people fit into this category based on our discussion. Okay, so I would like to know where you fit in first off. Okay, do you have professional experience, but it's nothing data analytics? Okay, so you'll be working in customer service, you'll be working in the bank, sales, and whatnot. Okay, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, put a 0 in the chat. So to differentiate, put a 0 in the chat. If you don't have any professional experience at all, you've not done it at all before, put a 10 in the chat. Let's see. So we have a lot of zeros in the house. Okay, so 10 is no experience at all. 0 is professional experience with no technical skills, nothing. So we have 10s in the house. 0, 0. What does okay? Okay. All right, fantastic. So we have some people that they have professional experience, but they don't have data analytics or data science experience. And we have other people that are bland, okay, nothing at all, nothing, no skill, no professional experience. So anyways, we'll talk about that in a few seconds. Okay. So now let's talk about professional experience. How do you tell people you have experience? I've given you a prompt here that would also help you design that. Okay. So as a CV expert, you'll notice I'm always telling ChatGPT that it is a CV expert. It's not just because I want to put it there. It's intentional. So it's going to take on the role of that CV expert in developing it for you, to give you the best result from your question. So as a CV expert, I need you to work on my revised, analytics professional summary, okay, in developing at least 5 professional experience with result metrics across experience. I'm just going to copy it. We'll still read it again when we get to ChatGPT. So I'll just copy it, okay, and I'll minimize this, okay, and I'll come here and I'll paste it in the same chat. I'm not creating a new chat. So I'm not creating a new chat because I want ChatGPT to have a flow of exactly what I want you to know. So it has created my professional summary. It has created my core and technical skills. Okay. Now the next is my professional experience. So you are giving it the same thought process. Okay. It understands exactly, it gets better the way it knows exactly what you want. You're giving it the right answers or the right questions. It keeps giving you the better results. So as a CV expert, I need you to work on with my revised cybersecurity professional experience summary. Okay. So I'm going to change from cybersecurity to data analytics, okay? Data analytics or data analyst, okay? So data analyst. As a CV expert, I need you to work with my revised data analyst professional summary that it has given me at the beginning, okay? In developing at least 5 professional experiences with result metrics across my experience in these industries: education, banking, and logistics. So now these people have worked as a teacher, for example. So you've worked as a teacher, your industry is education. You've worked as a mechanic, your industry is automobile. You sell oil, okay? Your industry is oil and gas. You sell vegetable oil and palm oil, okay? And gas for cooking. Your industry is oil and gas, okay? All right. So if you're a delivery driver, okay, you deliver or you work Uber, you do Uber, it's still logistics. You're in the business of logistics. Delivering human being one location to the other is still logistics, okay? Banking, your customer service, you work in retail, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? All right. So you've learned data analytics. You've learned data analytics. You know how to do data analytics. You eat and breathe data analytics. I mean, you guys spent the last 6 days working on different projects, showcasing those your projects and so on. You can do it. All right. You're just looking for an avenue to get started. So, and people will not give it to you if you don't have any form of experience. So exactly, this is how you now develop this experience. So if you've never even done data analytics in education before, you've worked as a teacher. If they ask you a question around teaching, you can answer it. You just need to tailor that your experience to data analytics. So that's exactly what we're trying to do here. As a CV expert, do this, do that, give me 5 experience, cutting across education, banking, and logistics. So now I'm going to press enter. Okay, and it's going to get started. So as a CV expert, it's going through it now, okay? And it's going to give me professional experience. Okay, it's going to give me the professional experience. So now you will take this experience as your own experience. So take for example, this person was a data analyst, education industry. Okay, you'll put location. I don't need to put the industry. Okay, so just maintain the formats that you have here. So the name of the business. Okay, if it is analytics, if it is Amdari, if it is your school, that, but please put the name that makes sense. Okay, put the name that makes sense. So you can't just put Antidupe Secondary School. It makes that is just is off. Okay, all right. So if it's Antidupe, you can put AD International. Okay, it gives it some flair. So even though it's Antidupe, it is not AD. Okay. Okay, AD International Group of Schools. Ah, fantastic. Oh, I want to know more. What are you doing there? It's a group of schools, it's international. Put some Jara Afisi to your experience. Do you understand? All right. So AD International, you put the country that you worked in. If it was in Nigeria, you put Nigeria. If it was in Kenya, put Kenya. If it was in Botswana, put Botswana. Put your education there. Now, put your role. You worked as a data analyst, not as a teacher. Okay, so if you put teacher there, that's the key word that we're talking about that they're looking for. So if you put teacher as your experience and you're putting data analytics experience as a teacher, it makes no sense. Okay, so you didn't work as a teacher, you are no more a teacher. All things have passed away and all things have become new. So you're not a teacher, you are a data analyst. Do you understand? So put the word data analyst, data scientist, or data engineer. Okay, so now your professional, obviously, you know how long you worked in that role. Okay, so you put it there between this year to this day, whatever the case might be. Okay, so now you see, look at the first experience. Look at the first experience. You see there, developed an interactive dashboard that streamlined students' performance tracking, resulting in a 20% improvement in academic outcome. So basically, what they are saying is, can you do it? That's the key question. If given the opportunity to build a dashboard to track student performance, can you do it? If the answer is a resounding yes, I mean, why not put it on your CV? So you've done dashboards. You guys, I've seen your dashboards in LinkedIn posts, some LinkedIn posts, some Twitter posts. All right, and I can see that you guys can build a dashboard. So it means that even if you're a teacher currently, if given the opportunity to analyze students' performance, you will do the same thing. You'll build a dashboard that will track, Ali, you got 10, this one got 15, this one got 30, so on and so forth. Okay, you can do it. That's exactly what we're looking at. Not you did it. You can do it. Okay, if given the opportunity, can you do it? Yes, you can. Please put it on your CV. All right. So you see it here. Next one, automated data collection process of over 10,000 student records, including reducing manual entry by 40%. Conducted detailed analysis of student engagement metrics, leading to the implementation of targeted intervention that increased course completion rate by 15%. These are things tailored to a teacher. Okay, these are things tailored to a teacher. Okay, now the next one is the banking industry. So you see, you also work as a data analyst in the bank. Okay, tell you exactly how to go about it now. So the experience, analyze transaction to identify fraudulent activities, contributing to a 30% reduction in fraud incidents. Okay, so even though you're in customer service and all you did was just to talk to customers and review customers, or maybe loan application, so on and so forth. So these are the things that you can add to your CV. Implemented customer segmentation model. Yeah, that's literally customer. So you are doing the right thing already. Design and maintain a real-time financial dashboard that provided key performance indicators to senior management, so on and so forth. Logistics, okay? Developed a logistics optimization model to reduce delivery time by 25% and lower transportation costs by 15%. So you see, these are the things that would, when they read on the CV, this is what they are looking at in the first 10, that's 6 to 7 seconds. The professional summary, I can see data analyst there somewhere. I can see your years of experience. I can see the industry. I look down, I see the tools I'm looking for. The next thing is, what have you done? What impact have you had in those previous experience? That's exactly what you're looking at. So if you say you built a dashboard, what did the dashboard, what was it doing? I built a dashboard that track at the end of everything. What was the impact of that dashboard? That's exactly why you see a lot of numbers, 20%, 10,000, 5,000, 200, 300. You need to put numbers to your experience. So you see now, this person that was a teacher, customer service, and delivery driver, okay, has turned those three experiences into data analytics experience. So you see this again, automated, okay, let's say the driver, the one that works in logistics, okay, this is education, this is banking, okay. I think there was one logistics. I saw logistics just now. Okay, yes. Analyze supply chain data to identify inefficiencies leading to process optimization, process improvements that increase overall operational efficiency by 18%. Dynamic reports that provided real-time insight into logistics operation, improving response time by 35%. So you see, these are the things. If you want more, you could just come here and write, I want more. It will give you more experiences. It will give you more, okay, based on what you're looking at. Okay. Now, who understands what I just said? Please give me a thumbs up. If you get what I just said, please give me a thumbs up. It feels so quiet in here. Okay, fantastic. All right. Now, the last thing is, based on those experience, you've never done it before. Okay, so if you look at some of the experience, it choke. Let me use the word it choke. For even a beginner, you're like, how do I want to tell a recruiter I did this? Even though deep down, I don't know I did it, or I don't know how to even go about it. So let's take, for example, let's do something that has to do with, let's pick anyone, any random one. Let's pick the teacher. Let's pick the teacher, for example. Let's pick the teacher. So let's even take a look at the first one. The first one is develop an interactive dashboard that streamlines student performance tracking, resulting in a 20% improvement in academic outcome. Now, it seems straightforward, but how do you not explain it to a recruiter that, oh, this was the situation that led to me doing this? So, okay, I built a dashboard. Okay, why did you build the dashboard? What was the essence of you building the dashboard? You know, what was the challenges you guys are going through that led to you building a dashboard? That's what I would ask you, okay, in an interview. So if you just said, oh, I can build a dashboard, I'm going to ask you, okay, what led to that? You can't just decide to build a dashboard in an organization. Why? There should be a situation. There should have been a situation that led to you building a dashboard. So that's exactly what. So now it's difficult for you to know what the situation was if you're not very creative. Okay. So for me now, I can easily sit down and think of a situation immediately. Okay. All right. So maybe a lot of people were failing their classes, or there were changes in teachers. We brought in a lot of new teachers, and the new teachers, in order for us to know exactly how they were performing, I can think off the top of my head very quickly, come up with a scenario and implement it based off this. But now, you don't have a lot of experience like me, okay, you cannot easily come up with these stories. How can you come up with the stories? That's exactly what I want to show you. Okay, so now, if you have this on your CV, how can you come up with a story to back up your explanation? So that's exactly what I want to show you here. So I've made it easy for you. So based on the experience below, can you provide a detailed and comprehensive actual work experience in the logistics sector using, but anyways, I'll just copy this. We'll tailor it to what we want to use it for. Okay, we'll still tailor it. So I'm going to go back to where I was. I'm going to go back to the chat, paste it in the chat. All right, so you see, based on the experience above, or based on the experience below, can you provide a detailed and comprehensive actual work experience in the education? Now we're looking at education. So education. In the education sector, education, education, okay? In the education sector, using the STAR technique. Does anybody know what STAR stands for? Does anybody know what STAR stands for? Let me see. Star boy. Let's go. Can you put it in the chat if you know what STAR stands for? Can anybody put it in the chat? Let me see. All right. Situation, fantastic. S for situation, T for task, A for what? A for action, okay? And then R for results, okay? Fantastic. You guys are very smart, I'll say that. You guys are very smart. Situation, task, action, and result. Situation, task, action, result. So when a recruiter asks you a question, okay, during the interview. Oh, can you tell me when you have analyzed student data? You've analyzed any kind of data before. So you just don't say, yes, I have analyzed data. I got the data from Kaggle. You know, the data is education, and I analyze the data. And no, there has to be a structure to the way you answer this question. Okay, so situation, task, action, and result. What was the situation that led to you analyzing data? Okay, what were the tasks you performed, the actions you took, and the result of your analysis of the dashboard that you created. So when they ask you questions during an interview, you don't freestyle. It's not a freestyle. Okay, there has to be a structure to the way you answer the question. And that's exactly what I want to teach you today. I'm not going to teach you, but I'm going to show you, okay, so you understand how to answer questions when recruiters ask you questions. So when they ask you a question, you use the STAR technique to answer this question. Situation first, task, action, and the result. Let's show you. I will show you. Don't worry. Don't stress yourself. I will tell you everything you need to know today. All right. So this is the experience. Developed an interactive dashboard that streamlined student performance tracking, resulted in a 20% improvement in academic outcome. I'll copy it. Okay, and I'll paste it here. I'll paste it in the inverted commas. Okay, in the quotation mark. Okay, so this is the experience. Okay, but I don't know a story. I don't have a story. I don't have one sweet and juicy story that when I'm telling the recruiter is like, oh, fantastic, you did this. You're like, yes, I did. Okay, but we don't have a story yet. We just know that, oh, I developed a interactive dashboard. But why? What was the situation that led to you building a dashboard? No story. No, and that's why a lot of people will say that, oh, I don't know. I didn't get the job because I don't have experience. It's because you're not creative enough, not because you don't have experience. You can do it. You can build a dashboard. You just don't know how to sell yourself during the interview process. So now let's talk about this, okay? So now, once I have this, okay, I'm going to read it one last time. Based on the experience below, which is this experience, can you provide a detailed and comprehensive actual work experience in the education sector using the STAR technique? I'm going to give it to it. And in a few seconds, I'm going to get like an actual work experience, okay? So you see, data analyst in the educational sector, in that particular school, whatever the case may be, that's not important for this situation. So now, what was the situation that led to you building the interactive dashboard? XYZ Education Services, in our situation, we worked with Antidupa International School, group of schools. So now we say it's AD International. So at AD International, okay, I was working as a data analyst, and we were facing challenges in tracking and improving student performance across various courses. So it was difficult for us to track and improve, okay, students' performance, okay? The existing system was fragmented and relied heavily on manual data entry. So people were inputting their data manually. So if you go to any school, it's very manual. I mean, you have like you have like a sheet or foolscap sheet that you use to inform, you put into student information and so on. All right, it was making it difficult to gain real-time insights and identify areas that needed improvement. Okay, so as a data analyst, I was tasked with developing a comprehensive solution that would streamline the process of tracking student performance, providing real-time insights, and ultimately enhancing academic outcomes. So the action: needs assessment, data collection, dashboard development, implementation, and continuous improvement. Okay, result: the interactive dashboard significantly streamlined student performance tracking process. Educators and administrators were able to identify and address issues more quickly. As a result of the improvement, now this is a teacher. You were a teacher, okay, but now you have converted that your teaching experience into data analytics experience. If given the opportunity for you to do this, would you be able to do it? Would you be able to try? If you can try 60% of the time, you are fine. You're good to go. You could try. You can put it in your CV. All right. So that you could do that for all the experiences that you are not too familiar with. So, say for example, so junior data analyst with the bank perform data cleaning for large data set, improving data quality and accuracy by 25%. Let's say that particular experience, I'm going to copy it, and I would also do the same thing. Okay, I would do the same thing. Sorry, I'll do the same thing. So based on the experience, okay, based on this experience, I want you to come up with an experience based off this. Okay, sorry. All right. Perform cleaning, data cleaning. Okay, so this is the banking sector. This is banking. Okay, so based on the experience below, can you provide a detailed and comprehensive actual work experience in the banking sector using the STAR technique? So this experience was from the bank. Now, how would I say I did this in the bank? What was the situation that led to me cleaning data and preparing data? That's exactly what we need to find out. So that's exactly where it comes in. So now it will give you that experience. It will give you, to tell you exactly the situation, the task, the action, the result. Okay, so situation, Secure Bank was experiencing issues with quality and accuracy of its data, which hindered effective decision making and reporting. The existing data set were large, disparate, and contained numerous inconsistencies and error that compromised the reliability of analysis. So it's telling you the situation, it's telling you the task you took, the action that was taken, and the result from that experience. That's exactly what you're going through. So essentially, that's the way you can now tell a story. So recruitment is just beyond, is beyond just having one good CV and thinking that's the end of the way. So if the CV gets you the job, this is now me telling you how you can prepare for the interview. So if they ask you, oh, you said you've analyzed large data sets. Tell me more about that experience. Oh, have you used Power BI? Tell me how you use Power BI. So you can see how you can start to tell a story around the tools that you use and how it is being used. Okay, so we're not going to, I think that's where I'm going to draw the curtains. There are quite a number of other things I would like to talk about, but this is where I'm going to draw the curtains. Relevant project and internship. Relevant project and internship, very, very important. And this is where Amdari comes in. Okay, so if you go down to the CV aspect, you would see relevant, okay, freelance work experience. So it could be internship, it could be project, very important. So if you're applying for a banking data analyst in a bank, you can obviously, there are quite a number of projects on Amdari where you can work on projects. Okay, get this project and put them on your CV. Okay, so other aspects, any type of project, put it there. Project experience, put the links to the project, put your solutions to the project, document them, put them there. Relevant, not relevant work experience. So if there's a project you're applying for a data analyst position within the health sector, put relevant projects that you've done within the health sector, put it there. Okay, so if it's to analyze customers, if it's to analyze patients, if it's to analyze sickness, whatever the situation is, please put relevant projects in there. Now you'll find out that education certification are at the bottom. They are at the bottom. Like if you find out, go to any job board, okay, you'll find out that majority of them are more concerned about the skills that you have. The skills that you have, your experience. So, and that's the reason why I went online to look at job opportunities. Okay, you see, everything is what related industry, relevant industry related experience. Okay, yes, related experience. This is what I'm looking for. Experience. How do you now build that experience? That's the key question. Okay, nobody's going to ask you for your education or any other thing. They're not going to ask you for education and so on and so forth. They're really more concerned about the skills that you have. So mobile data analysts, let's take a look at this. You find out that data skills required. Okay, extensive knowledge and experience in excellent verbal and communication, experience working with experience. So nobody cares about your certification and your degree. Nobody cares about that. Your masters, your Udemy courses, and your certificates. Nobody gives a flying hoot about your certification. Nobody. Okay, and that's literally what I'm showing you today. So if you think you're prioritizing certificates currently, you're doing the wrong. You're doing yourself with the service. Okay, so and that's the reason why I'm taking out time to show you skills and ability, expert proficiency, advanced knowledge, proficiency using Excel, knowledge of Google. Did you see must have certificate, must have Google certificates? Did you see that? All right. Even though they're going to be using quite a number of Google tools, you don't see any Google certificate in there. So I mean, why are you wasting time going to do a certificate. Why? And that's the reason why we created Amdari, for you to build project experience. So you might have not worked in an office. Like I said, I passed my own personal experience, getting a job in computer vision, data science, and so many other parts were based on projects that I worked on. Okay, so I've never worked in the capacity of a data scientist before I got a job as a data scientist. But how did I get that job? Basically because I've worked on projects in data science. So I've done predictive modeling, I've done machine learning, I've done a bit of deep learning, okay? And I can tell, I can walk you through the project. I can tell you exactly what the project entails. That is what is important. So experience, you'll see most times they just put the word experience in using, okay? Experience in using. What does that experience mean? It doesn't mean that you wore a school bag and you went to the office to get that experience, or you took a public transportation to get to work to get the experience. No, experience means that you know how to use it and you can show me how you can use it. That's what experience is. And I usually use this, and this is where I'm going to wrap it up, okay? I usually use this. Now, I want to tell you guys, we have person A and we have person B. Person A, let's say carpenter, okay? I'm going to get a pen. Okay? Let's say we have a carpenter, okay? Carpenter A and carpenter B, okay? So carpenter A has no experience at all. I'm just going to go back to where I'm coming from, okay? And that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to create a new blank slide, okay? Blank. Okay. So we have carpenter A. I will say car A. And we have car B, carpenter B. Okay, carpenter A just finished from a carpentry school. Carpenter A just finished from a carpentry school. Look, this one has a certificate from a, okay. This guy has a certificate from a carpentry school, okay, has a certificate. And carpenter B does not have any certificate, okay, but has what we call samples, sample design created, okay. So let's say you want to create a table. You want to create a table in your room. You need a table in your room for your workstation, okay. So you met two carpenters. Carpenter A says that, oh, okay, I get certificate. I just finished school. I just finished my training from Niyi and Co Carpentry School. Okay, I just finished from that particular carpentry school, but does not have any samples of their work. There's no samples, nothing. Literally, the person just tells you, oh, I have a certificate from this particular carpentry school. And you have carpenter B that did not go to school, did not do any certificate, nothing at all. Okay, but can show you samples of the tables that he has done, even though they're both beginners. I mean, they're both beginners. This one can show you samples of tables that they've done. Oh, okay, let me do this table. Okay, let me do this one. Oh, this chair, if you want chair with a table, let me do this chair. They have samples. Which of this carpenter would you give this project to? Let me ask you, okay? Which of these people would you give your table project to? Definitely B. You can see a lot of people saying B, 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 B. So it beats my imagination. It beats me every single time when people ask questions around certificates. Okay? So as a data analyst, you say, oh, I have this certificate from this training. Oh, I have certificate from this training. I have, well, you know, they show, no proof of work. Okay? Know what? What's the name? Odumodu Black will say, no be by show workings. Okay? So if you don't have proof of work, how would I give it to you? I won't give you the project. Okay? So if you have samples that you've done before, and I can see the samples that you've done before, you have more credibility than somebody that has what? A certificate. So please, today, if you don't take anything from this CV session and everything, please, when you're preparing your CV, prioritize experience. Work on tools, work on projects. And that's the reason why we started Amdari, to see how people that have no experience can work on projects and gain experience. So you'll find out that once you finish a particular project, you kind of have more understanding of the industry to an extent. Okay, the way it's explained, the way the data is generated, the way the data works, the way you have analyzed your recommendation, your insights, you kind of have more, experience using that tool to solve a particular problem. Okay, so that's exactly what we're trying to do with Amdari. So your CV is that particular, is the flow. Okay, so you'll get access to the CV, you get access to the prompts in order for you to create a better CV. All right, so if you've had a wonderful time, I want you to give me the clap on emoji, and I think I will hand over to Omoni for her to take it over from there. All right. So okay, do I take questions? I'll take 2 questions, okay, from Olawumi and okay, I think they're just clapping their hands. I don't think there's a question really. All right. Okay. I don't know how do people.
Or do you guys have questions? If you have, you can ask him before I take over. So if anyone has a question, we're going to be taking
Mujib. Mujib. I think
Okay.
I don't know if Mujib is okay. Lolade and Mujib. So can they
Okay.
unmute themselves? Let me take Mujib first. And
Okay.
All right.
yeah, Mujib.
Hello, Mujib.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, thank you for your time. It has really been a wonderful session so far. So I joined since inception. So and it has really been very open. I'm actually a graduate of statistics, and I also have an experience in analyzing data sets as a data analyst. And in fact, what I learned within just a space of 2 hours, in fact, I've never been able to learn this in anywhere else. I've attended a lot of sessions, and none has actually like give an insight of how to document your experience. So, and this is really exciting. So my question is this: uh, I have, let's say, 1 year of experience because I finished school last year. 1 year experience as a graduate intern during my NYC. Now, I've been able to document myself, but I want to know when it comes to getting certification, is there a particular certificate that we can get that will be able to prove that, okay, fine, you are actually a data analyst, or you know exactly what you are doing? Because most of the certificates I see online are usually certificate of completion. If you check the likes of Udemy or Coursera, it's completion. The certificate I've gotten from Amdari is quite different, showing that it's a completion project, not you are just completing a course or something. So I just want to know if there is anyone around that part that someone can get. Thank you very much.
All right, very awesome question. Thanks for the feedback also. Appreciate it. Now, like I said, there is no certificate out there that will give you an edge. To be candid, there's no certificates. There's literally no certificates. So all the certificates that you get from most platforms, like you said, is certificate of completion. So you watch the videos and you finish the videos, and you find out that for all those platforms, they're not very concerned if you don't even know what to do after. They really don't care. Okay, and that's the reason why we even started Amdari, because a lot of people watch those videos on those platforms and don't know what to do next. Okay, and that's why we started Amdari. Okay, so in terms of certificate, Mujib, there is no certificate that will give you that advantage. Unfortunately, you need to show workings in the tech space. There is one thing I usually tell most people is there's no entry level in tech. So if you're looking for entry level, so I just finished school and I'm looking for entry level data analyst role, it doesn't exist. If it exists, it's probably like 1% of the job opportunities. Okay, so one thing I'll tell you today, Mujib, is work on as much projects as you can. So if you're looking at data analytics, you want to get into data analytics, nobody will hire you to come and learn on the job. Okay, that's what a certificate to do for you, or that's the intention of a certificate. So I have gone to this school, I have learned it, and I don't have experience, hence the reason why I'm applying for this job, so that I can get that experience. But in tech, I'll tell you, it's painful. It's not really painful, really. It's the easiest way. That's why you don't need. You see a lot of people that don't even go to secondary school, university. My bosses are the people that I'm reporting to. In the UK, in the US, in Canada, the people that you're reporting to don't have any certificate, don't even have a degree, don't even have a BSc. The highest they have is probably a college degree, like secondary school in our case. So they finished secondary school, started working as an admin. From admin, they started working within the organization, climbed the ladder, and now they are currently the head of data analytics, or they are the one lead in a particular sector within the business. So Mujib, what I'll tell you today for free is you don't need certificate, number one. Certificate, don't chase certificates. Work aggressively on projects. Your project will speak for you. Okay? All right? Your project will speak for you. That's exactly what I'll try to say. So I would answer your question. So I'll take Lolade next. Okay?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for this awesome CV review and revamp.
Yes.
My question is having a LinkedIn profile link, how is it important on the CV? Like, is it compulsory to have your LinkedIn profile link on your CV?
Fantastic. Yes, you can. Please, if you are currently in that process of, transitioning, please put your LinkedIn on your profile, especially if you're very active posting stuff. You think you guys underestimate when we say you guys should post your work, show workings. I'll show you myself, and I'll show you my own profile, not just any other person's profile. So you see, so when I was looking to my story is long. I've also okay. So when I relocated initially and I was looking for a job, I completed my master's. I couldn't get a job. Okay, so I was continuously looking for I started working on projects and posting online, and it helped me significantly. Okay, and I'll show you the projects. I'll show you my own profile. I'll show you the post. I've not been as active as I used to, obviously, because I've gotten what I'm looking for. All right. So if I show you all my posts and I scroll down to an extent, okay, you would see. I would scroll down to an extent where you start to see some of the projects I've worked on. Okay. So this is just recently. This is still last year, couple of years. So anything I want to go into, I usually start to post. I start to work on those projects and I post online. So you see me here. So this is part of the project I was looking at. I wanted to do something around computer vision. So you see, started posting videos around computer vision. You can see me here doing my video. This is me also here doing another video talking using computer to identify my hands and so on. So these are the things I would do. Okay, even I would post. I work on a project. I would post on the project. I would work on the project. Post. You see, this one was data analysis dashboard. See how the dashboard was at this time, and you see all the projects that I get to work on. Every time I work on a project, I'm always posting it and so on. So you see, guys, see this one was 3 years ago. Being a data scientist and a concerned Nigeria, I decided to investigate how Nigerians reacted to President Buhari's tweet on Tuesday, okay, which was on this particular about 3 years ago, the day they deleted Buhari's tweet. So I went on Twitter. Twitter was not as rigid as it is at the moment. I scraped 50,000 tweets from users on Twitter. And what did I do? I did an analysis, okay, sentiment analysis to determine what people were saying. Was it positive? Was it negative? What was the trend like? What were the engagements like on the platform? And I did this, okay? It was a fun project. Nobody told me to do this, but I did it because I was obviously I needed more. I needed to get more experience. I needed to get more opportunities. So at this point in time in my own life, my LinkedIn was on my profile because I know if somebody clicks on the profile and the only thing that you see on the person's profile is just this person liked a tweet or liked this 5 years ago, no activity, no nothing, no post, nothing. So you say you're a data analyst and you want me to give you an opportunity, but you're not providing workings, okay? It's not there, okay? So if at this point in time you're looking to transition, please put your LinkedIn. If you're active, you have projects you've worked on, you want people to see the things that you've done, put it there. Okay, put your LinkedIn. I encourage you to do the same thing. Okay, so this is me, and this is not me telling you that you should do it without me doing it. I have done it in my experience. Okay, you should do the same thing. All right, and that's the reason why we even came up with the 21 day challenge to give a track record of the things that you have done. So in the future, you can say that, oh, these are the things. Show workings. Not be by church, not be like, oh, talking and talking. show your workings. Okay, thanks a lot for that question, Olade. I think that's very, you brought my own experience out, brought it out for me. So thanks a lot for that. All right. I think I'll just take one more question. Temitope, because we don't have too much time. We don't want to keep you guys on the call for too long. Temitope, yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Thank you. Okay, so not to keep your time, take your time rather. I'm more interested with what you said, just the example you just gave now. But what the question I have is in that line, but not exactly. But I'll ask. I remembered when I read about the Amdari 21 days challenge, and I saw some things about, oh, some of you want to, you need to put yourself out there and put it on the tech sites, the jobs you've done, so that some of you want to get like global talent visa and all of that. While I don't know your story, I just wanted to know if you could give us like just maybe the honesty behind the fact that, okay, how does somebody trying to work with projects on Amdari can place themselves or position themselves in such a way that they could be given such no that they can position themselves that they can actually get global talent visa? Or is it that after we work, then we get a good job, then we can now? I just wanted you to just speak more, if you can, please, on that.
Global talent visa. That was a UK global talent visa.
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay, so looking at how this particular project, this challenge could help you with.
Yes.
Very good. All right. So in as much as you don't have, for the global talent visa, number one, you need experience. Okay, in order for you to even qualify for the global talent visa. Okay, so if you don't have extensive experience, it might be a bit of a challenge. Now, the part where the challenge is going to help you significantly is the aspect of what are you doing? Okay, what are you? How are you helping the community? Okay, within the domain in which you currently work. So if you're a data analyst, do you give out content for free? Okay, do you engage? How is your engagement on social media platforms and so on? So with the people I've worked with and they've gotten theirs, okay, the way it works is you need to show publications of the things you've written, your engagement, your followership. You need to host sessions where you talk to people, okay, where you can talk to people, tell them about your experience, tell them about new technologies, new things that are working in the industry, how they can position themselves better, and so on. So you need those engagements. So that's exactly what this will do for me. All right. So I think one of the major criteria is that public persona. You must have a public persona about the things that you've done. So you can't say you're an experienced data analyst, you've not held any session, you've not talked to beginners looking to get into data analytics, you have not done a session where you taught people how to use a tool, or you don't post online, or you don't engage on. It's going to be very difficult for that person to get it. So now, if you're looking at this, okay, obviously you can leverage Amdari in the sense that you took on the challenge, you educated people, okay, while you're doing the challenge, and so on. And the publicity is there, the engagements are there. So numbers are very important, even for the global talent. So if you say you had an engagement, they will tell you categorically it should not be less than 10 people, 10 to 20 people, if I remember correctly, okay, must be in attendance. Okay, if you're going to be posting something, it should not be less than 10 people that are liking it. And that's the reason one of the criteria for us also for this is level of engagement. So you're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. So you're also writing the post in the sense that people are engaging with it, people are resharing, people are reposting. So the moment you're doing that, it's your own persona. It's not to Amdari. It's you building your own persona, your own footprint, your own digital footprint. Okay, people get to know you. People get to know exactly that you stand as either a promise. There's the promise and there is the talent. Okay, there's global promise and there's global talent. So for people that are looking to get it started, I would say promise is the best role for you. That's about less than 5 years experience, or about 5 years experience, or thereabouts. So you can start to look at that. But these are the things that you can do to implement. And you can also partner with us. You can also come to us and say that, if these are the things I've learned, these are the things I have done. I would like to speak to people. I would like to speak to the community. I would like to speak to people, share my thoughts. Those are the things that we can work with you to achieve. And that's for everybody. So if you guys have done a wonderful job, if I would like a speaking engagement where I can share my thoughts, I can share something I've learned, I can share this with a group. It's fantastic. It's welcome. Okay, so those are the things that we can do
Thank
for
you.
you.
Just
Public sector and
to
all
round
that.
it up, is there a body that like the jury for data analysts to, because I know of people that are doing their PhD and the like, there is like maybe their supervisors, someone that was going to recommend it, and I know about some designers as well. Like, so for maybe data analysts, is there a particular body that does the recommendation that and then is there a platform, like now you've mentioned Amdari, which now I understand, but is there like another platform, especially here in the UK, that you have to be a part of, like a tech associates or something like that? Yeah.
You don't need to belong to any association. You don't need to belong to anybody. You don't need to, literally, the people I've worked with that have gotten theirs, they don't belong to any association. They don't belong to any nothing. It's experience they're looking for, experience and publicity. Okay, so I think those are like the major. And even if you want to belong to a body, it doesn't have to be registered. Like Amdari is a body, for example. So if you say you do training or you help, you communicate, you do things with this particular platform, this is how you do it. From my own experience, the people I've worked with, they did it with different training platforms. They go to speak, they create a flyer, they talk about their own event on their LinkedIn profile, free of charge. Ensure it's free, it's not paid. Okay, that's one major criteria. You shouldn't get it. You shouldn't be getting any financial compensation from that engagement. So you could actually, to talk like that, decide that I want to host a session on something in data analytics, AI and data, whatever they think. You can do it by yourself. You are your own platform. Okay, so it doesn't have to be with anybody. Okay, so it's not important. It could be your church. It could be your mosque. It could be anywhere. Literally, as long as you're speaking, you're putting yourself out there. It's very important. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, fantastic. Thanks a lot for those questions. Really had a good time. I'm going to hand over to. I had a wonderful time, and I'm sure you guys had a wonderful time. The challenge has been impactful from my own side. It's been impactful on your own side. You'll find out that a lot of people are reaching out to you. A lot of people are commenting. A lot of people are doing these things. It's you building your own brand, okay? And you will not know how important this thing is until you start to get into your own experience, okay? Then Dogo brought something very, very important, which is global talent. Global talent is for the UK. A lot of people are applying for masters, for relocation, PR, whatever the case may be. Public perception goes a long way. Now, quite a number of people going to Canada are getting what they call this again, nomination, okay, provincial nomination. Now, especially for the tech professionals, it's been sort of easier for them if you have a public persona of the things that you've done. So putting yourself out there is to your own advantage, to be honest with you. Okay, quite a number of opportunities are out there, and that's how you start to attract them gradually by putting yourself out there. So the CV review, when you have a good CV, you have a good LinkedIn profile. We'd like to have another session on LinkedIn, so LinkedIn optimization, so that you can have a very stellar profile online, so that you get more opportunities. We'd also have a session on remote jobs, how to land remote jobs, how to apply, where to apply, and so on. So there's still so many things you're going to get from the community, and I'm glad you're a part of this community, because we're going to be doing this. And guess what? It's free. You're not paying any dime for this. Okay, so enjoy yourself, ask questions, interact, and be a part of the team. Even if you're not partaking in the challenge or you're not as active as some other people, you're still going to be getting a lot from the challenge itself. So, anyways, I'm going to hand over to Omomi now. In the next 15-20 minutes, we should be wrapping up. Cheers, guys.
All right, thank you so much for that wonderful session. I'm certain that everyone on this call got a whole lot of value. And thank you guys also for staying with us up until this minute. I mean, we still have like 80 people on the call, which is amazing. Thank you guys for staying with us. And wonderful questions people have asked. I really love the questions. And I'll just like to add to Temitope's question concerning the global talent. So that's one of the reasons why we made sure that that blog post is part of your challenge, especially for the concluding week, this first week. So it's very important for you to not just put yourself out there on LinkedIn and other social media platforms, but also have a publication in form of a blog post. Just show your technical writing. So it's a way of showing your expertise, and also hi Oluwatobi. Okay, I was about to mute you. All right, it's a way of showing your expertise, right? Beyond just social media, you're able to also position by writing about your expertise, your knowledge, skill set, and everything like that. And a whole lot of people can stumble on your blog post and it will add value to them. So that's why we made it one of the challenge for last week. Okay, still this week, by the way, for the first week by the year. So that's why we said it's important for you guys to write a blog post. So we know some people have written it. So if you've not written it so far, it would be in your best interest, trust me, to write it, because it still answers Temitope's question, right? So please write it. I am 100% sure of this, because when I was making inquiries about the technician as well, one of the things I was informed about is public speaking. If he has actually highlighted most of these things, public speaking and blog publication, and that was the only thing I was actually missing at that time when I heard it. I was like, so this thing is actually this important. They're like, yeah, you need to have blogs. So I was like, okay, we're building a community, and we don't just want to build a community of people that will not be good enough for whatever opportunity they're applying for at Amdari. So let's include this blog as part of the challenge that they should work on, right? So at the end of the day, for us at Amdari, serious impact is very important for us. When you post after this challenge and you say you got a job based on a project you worked on Amdari or during the challenge, it's a bragging right for us at Amdari. So your win is our pride, your win is our, it's just what we are here for. So we want you guys, the success stories that we say, talk about, write about, it's because we want to see how much of impact the platform is making so that we can also do better as a brand. So when you post, it's for yourself, but also it's a bragging right for Amdari that, okay, the project we have has really helped them. And not forgetting that we have more people coming up. Some people are currently in the university that would stumble up on Amdari in 2 years' time, and it will be impactful for them in 3 years' time, like that. So we really want you guys to take advantage of what Amdari is presenting. All the challenge that we set, it's strategic. Amdari is pretty much in this picture to play a strategic role in your career growth. So please, when Amdari says we're doing this, just know that it's for a major impact. And that's one of the reasons why we hosted this employability session. And I love what Mujib said about how he has been in different sessions and none has really impacted him the way the one that if they actually talked about has done. So that's what we are here for. That's more of what we want to do. So yes, not to take too much of your time, let me quickly share my screen. We're wrapping up, guys, trust me. It's just to highlight on the sorry, it's just to highlight on the what's it called that we're working on. Okay, can you see my screen? Hello, guys.
Yes.
Okay, so the leaderboard is actually not ready for review or presentation because we are collating the data for today. Today is still ongoing. It's not over. More people will still post. More people will still either post blog posts or their daily progress on social media. So we don't have that, but you definitely get that tomorrow to see who is ranking high and what you have to do to get high there. So someone said something earlier, and that's around, oh, she might not win this challenge, but she loves that she's gaining value from it. Trust me, guys, apart from the first, second, and third place, I don't know if you missed this information or communication, but we are also going to be randomly picking somebody, right? We are going to be randomly picking someone. So consistency is key. Trust me, if it doesn't look like you stand a chance to be first place, second place, or third place, you stand a chance to be one of the random winners, right? So we're definitely going to be picking randomly. So it's very important that you adhere to every challenge we're dropping, instruction, rules, and all of that so that you can stand the chance. And again, the value is packed where Amdari is concerned. So you guys just have to yeah, stay cute. Okay, so moving on, these are things that we're actually going to be ranking. These are things that will be awarding points based on. Hello?
Mom, yeah, please, could you put it on the slideshow? It's a bit too tiny.
Yes, I'm about to do that. All right, thank you. Okay, I believe it's bigger now. All right, so if you complete a project, right, you get 50 XP. If you publish a blog post with Amdari, with the website link and also mention Amdari, either on Medium. That's either you use Medium for your blog posting or you use any tech blog for your blog posting. You get, so if you use Medium, you get 50. If you're able to use another blog, pretty much a tech blog, you get 150 XP. If you complete daily challenges, that's when we say, oh, today's daily challenge is write a blog post. Like for people who have written blog posts, they got 100 XP. That's apart from you writing that blog post. Yes, you write a blog post, you get it. But the fact that this is a challenge and you actually stick to it and you accomplish that particular task, you get 100 points for doing that. So for those that wrote blog post last week and also did for those that wrote blog posts, they got 50 points for writing, and then for the fact that that's a challenge that they completed, they get 100 points, right? So for those that use like external blog platforms, they get 150 XP experience points, by the way. Then we have post daily data tips in the community. So this is going to give you 60 XP. Now, we talked about how posting about your experience, what you're working on, your progress, and all of that can really add more to your career, right? So this is expected for LinkedIn. So we have a community on LinkedIn. We'll be sharing the link on the group. Join the community. You can post daily tips on there based on what you've learned. So I see a couple of people on the group write, oh, I've never used this particular tool before. Like, okay, Lucas Studio, for example, this is my first encounter with it. I am sure you've learned one or two things that you can share with people who are just coming up. If he mentioned something, he said, part of you impacting your community is like giving out information for free. It might be writing about your progress and people are just, gaining value from it, gaining insights from it. That's you adding value, that's you impacting. So posting tips like that on the community, for example, is one of the key things, right? So attend weekly live sessions like this one that we just have now. So this means for everyone who has attended this, they get 100 XP. So we are going to have another one next week, next week Saturday, same time, and it's going to be talking about either the LinkedIn optimization session or what was the other one that if you mentioned? Pretty much. So we're going to be breaking it down like that. We're going to have 3 sessions to wrap up this challenge. We've had one, we have 2 more to go. Then post daily on social media gives you 20 XP. But if you now post 3 times daily, that's 3 times 20. You post 4 times 20. We have people who have posted like a couple of times in a day. So that's how it keeps adding up, keeps compiling, and we multiply it like that. So when we show you the leaderboard tomorrow, just know that it was calculated based on all of this. So if you've not written a blog post, trust me, this is an opportunity for you to do that, because by the time we'll be dropping the leaderboard tomorrow, which we're also going to be sharing across social media platform, by the way. So if you've not written any blog post, please, it's you still have time. We would extend the deadline till tomorrow. The deadline was previously today, 12 a.m., but we're going to be extending it to tomorrow. So if you've not written a blog post, and please do not forget to mention Amdari in your blog post and also the link to the website so that others can also gain the way you're gaining from Amdari, right? We don't want to hoard the goodness in Amdari. We want to share it, we want to spread the goodness. So then the last one being create one video about the challenge and approach to working on a project, right? So if you're able to create a video on this, and we have another challenge for next week, which will be adding to your XP points. It's video related. I love what Efe showed us as per what he has done in the past. Again, everything being taught here, everything being discussed, actually tested, and there is proof that it worked. So it's not just theory. I mean, we're actually even trying to make sure that we bridge the gap between theory and experience, the real world experience, right? So everything being taught here is pretty much not just theory, it is something that has been tested and it worked. So you create a video the way Efe did it. It was really beautiful to see. So we'll be communicating more on that. But again, I'm just glad that we're able to show you a visual of what that looks like, so that when you're about to create yours, you know that, okay, this is how it should look. It really puts you in a good light, and it it's a good way to see another type of content type, right? So it's not just the visualization alone that you show, or you can also show yourself working on this thing, or so it would be a good thing to see. But that would be a challenge for the new week. We'll be communicating more on that with you. So this is the task that we award experience points on. So guys, please take note. We shared it on the group. If you need this at any point, let us know. Again, the challenge for this first week is blog post writing. If you've not written your blog post, we've extended the deadline to tomorrow 11:59 p.m. So once it's a.m., the challenge closes. It's just to look forward to the new week's challenge. Now in the new week, we've already taken questions and answers, so I just want to wrap up like I said. So in the new week, we're going to be going harder, because this is not the time to really get tired or relax. We're doing this for a good cause, and it's very important that you guys stay committed and dedicated to the end. Kasmir says something at the very start of this. He said he knows that by the time this 21 days is over, he is going to be more equipped than he was. That was not his exact word, but that was the core message. He's going to be more proficient than he was weeks ago. That's the goal. Again, we want people to be able to say, based on the project I worked on the Amdari platform, I was able to land this job. I was able to, like, we just want positive, life-changing stories. We want to hear that, oh, I was able to land the job in the UK, US, Canada, anywhere, or based on this project I worked on and the publication I made on Medium or whatever blog post that I used, I was able to, put my document together, apply for technician, and I got it. We really want stories like this so that we can also share and talk about it on our social media platform. So the coming week, like I said, we are going to be picking first, second, third place, like we're doing for this week, which will be announced tomorrow, right? Because we need to collate the data for today. So the coming week is also going to have a new set of winners. But if you're still as dedicated and committed as you are in the first week, and you're able to get that first, second, or third place, amazing. Now, if you don't get first, second, or third place in the first week, you have a chance to do that in the second week, right? I don't want anybody to feel, okay, I might not win. Some people are so competitive and I don't think I stand a chance. Just still try. At the end of the day, you posting and putting things out there is still a way for you to win, right? So we win in different ways. Win at Amdari Challenge, win by getting a job, win by landing Tech Nation, win by, winning is in different ways. So just post. So that's why the posting is important. So you can see that posting is not just limited to what you can get from Amdari, but what you can get from the world in general, what you can get from employers. So please post. It's very important. And again, we're picking randomly. There are criteria and there are factors that we're looking out for in whoever we are picking randomly. Trust me, for us at Amdari, our users are not numbers. Like, we see every one of you. Like we know everyone. Trust me, especially the very active ones. Especially the very active. I can mention some names off the top of my head from, not even from this session, but from consistent posting, engagement on the group, reaching out, asking questions. I see all of this, right? That's why we don't even miss the messages on the group itself, because we are constantly following up. We don't treat our users like, oh, number. And I love something else that Ife said. He said, okay, most of these platforms, they don't really care if you do this or if you do that. They are just all about, oh, we're just here for the money. Let's just make money. You notice that Amdari First of is still free, and we're giving this level of commitment and attention to our users. So the users are not just numbers for us. So we prioritize a whole lot. So when we say we'll be picking randomly, trust me, it's not based on some blind or flawed judgment. No, the judgment is not going to be flawed. We're really paying key attention to intentionality and a couple of other things. So please don't drop off by the second week or third week. Just keep the fire burning, keep it going. All right. So I'll just like to wrap up here, but I believe if you might also have one or two things to say to wrap things up. Again, we don't want to take too much time because we already have. So, hi, Ife.
All right, fantastic. Excited, still excited about the challenge to everything that you've said so far. I think I can't remember the lady that spoke. That said that even though she's not competing with other people, and she feels like she might not, as long as you're just taking your own time, you're taking your own pace. Some people are more obviously there are things to be won. They have an internship to be won. Okay, you also have the amounts to be won. First position, $120 Canadian, 80 there, $50 Canadian to the second and third position. So that can be won weekly. Okay, so internship can be won weekly. The amount can be won weekly. So if you're not interested in that, it's also very okay. If you want to just build experience, build your public perception, that's also very okay. So we have currently secured partners for internship for you to work with, for the winners to work with. We're looking to get in more. If we can get more, it'll be good for us. It'll be good for you. We've secured some already. We'll be announcing it in the coming weeks. Okay. Some are international, some are local. Okay, so depending on where you fall in, it really doesn't matter as long as you're getting experience. It doesn't matter. So we are going to be targeting. We are going to be, we have partnered with some of them. We want to have enough on ground, enough in order for us to announce it. But these are the things that we're working aggressive towards. Okay, so and yeah, I think that's what I have to say. So when we talked about the experience points, okay, so the more you do, the more points you get. Okay, so that's the XP. Among was talking about the 100, the 50, the 10, 20, and so the more you do, the more you get. There's no limitation. All right, so those are the things. And at the end of everything, okay, it's not from Amdari, it's for you. Okay, it's your platform, it's your platform, it's you, showcase it. If you're going to be talking to a recruiter, it's you. Okay, it's not Amdari that will come in. Okay, it's your project. It's the things you have done. This is how I did it, and so on. So that's exactly where it comes in. Okay, so even if you're not going to be working aggressively to win the internship or to get the first position, I mean, the CV session that we had today is still impactful regardless. The projects you get to work on, they're still impactful regardless. So you could take out time to ensure that you are getting the most from the platform, interacting with other people, answering questions, helping people with their own questions. These are the things that makes a lot of sense. Okay. And having in mind that we are looking at the people, even people within Amdari, I'll say, even we ourselves, we are looking at people. And we're saying that who are the people that we would like to work with. So those are the things that we're looking at. Okay. So it's not until we say it, okay, just have it on the back of your mind that, whatever we're doing today, whatever Amdari is today, this is just the first phase. Okay. We're looking at building a platform that will help people build experience. So we see a lot of people looking for internship experience, looking to work with an organization to do data analytics, data science, or data engineering. How can you get this opportunity? So we're looking at building them direct to that point where people can get opportunities, international, local opportunities. So I'm pretty sure that's what most people are looking for. Okay. Internship experience, it could be project experience. So you have somebody in the US that has one project that has to do with data analytics or data science. How do you link that person with someone in Nigeria? That's exactly, or someone in Africa. Okay. So that's exactly what we're looking out for. So thank you very much. I think that's all I have to say. So this coming week, even though week 1 is done, it's going to be done by 12 midnight West African time. Even though that's going to be done for week 1, okay, you have an opportunity for week 2. So week 2 is 0. Everybody gets 0, and we're starting afresh, okay? And everybody's building up their own experience point. So if you're a winner in week 1 and you feel like, okay, I don't need to do too much in week 2, you won't get, okay, another person is likely going to get it. So we have an opportunity every week for you to put yourself out there to get the best from the platform, or even get the internship or get the money, whatever the case may be. So that's all I have to say for now. Okay, thank you very much for taking the challenge very seriously. More sessions, more opportunities are going to be coming up with Amdari. I want you to stay close by, be a member, and also be a user of what we're trying to build here. So thank you very much, everyone. Not to take too much of your time. I think we're taking 2 hours already. Okay, so thank you very much, and I think we'll drop we'll drop a form for you to tell us what we can do better. Yeah, areas we need to do better. Please give it to show us. Just type it in the form. Areas that we're doing good, type into the form. The things that you need, like I talked about internship, for example, is that something that you need? Please drop it in the form. So we'll put in the form in the group later. Okay. So I want you guys to take our time to fill the form so we know what we can do for you better. in the next couple of months to provide you with all the opportunities, all the things that you need. So thank you very much, guys, and really had a wonderful time today. I'm sure you did. Okay, based on your interactions. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, and I think have a wonderful day from my end. Okay, Mommy. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this. I see some questions in the comments. If we're not able to take every question, please know that you can drop it on the group. That's why we have the community, right? To attend to questions. So, Rabiu said, I think, yeah, that's Rabiu, right? Yes, he says, please, can you talk about how we can be part of the current or upcoming challenges? Once you're on the group, we drop communication there every time. That's why it's important. Please, follow the group, read the messages that you see. Myself or Tomiwa or Esther or Evelyn, these are the guys on the team, or I say, or even Ifimena. These are the guys on the team. Whenever we drop messages, please do well to read them, because sometimes they carry very vital information as per challenges and things that you should work on. And also, guys, please, let's limit the way we drop links on the group, right? We see, like I said, we see the posts, provided you tag us, provided you use the hashtag, your unique hashtag, and also Amdari, hashtag Amdari 21 days data challenge hashtag, we will see it. You don't need to drop it on the group. I love the fact that it has really reduced, but we still have a couple of people that drop it, but it has really reduced. So please, if you're hearing this, let's stop dropping links on the group. We see it, trust me. So for any other question that we're unable to attend to here, please drop it on the group. I will be attending to them as they drop. We can't take every question. Time has gone, 2 hours. You guys still stick around. So thank you so much, everybody, and have an amazing weekend. Bye. Bye, guys. Please just drop your questions on the group. Yes, we'll attend to them. Thank you.